We're here with Frontiers Journal, and we're going to read Organoid Intelligence, OI, the New Frontier in Biocomputing, and Intelligence in a Dish. And here are some of the people who've been working on this. We have the Department of Environmental Health and Engineering, the Department of Biostatistics with Johns Hopkins University, the Department of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering, and the list goes on. Recent advances in human stem cell-derived brain organoids promise to replicate critical molecular and cellular aspects of learning and memory and possibly aspects of cognition in vitro. Coining the term organoid intelligence, OI, to encompass these developments, we present a collaborative program to implement the vision of a multidisciplinary field of organoid intelligence. This aims to establish OI as a form of genuine biological computing that harnesses brain organoids using scientific and bioengineering advances in an ethically responsible manner. Standardized 3D myelinated brain organoids can now be produced with high cell density and enriched levels of glial cells and gene expression critical for learning. Integrated microfluidic perfusion systems can support scalable and durable culturing and spatiotemporal chemical signaling. Novel 3D microelectrode arrays permit high-resolution spatiotemporal electrophysiological signaling and recording to explore the capacity of brain organoids to recapitulate the molecular mechanisms of learning and memory formation, and ultimately their computational potential. Technologies that could enable novel biocomputing models via stimulus response training and organoid computer interfaces are in development. We envisage complex, networked interfaces whereby brain organoids are connected with real-world sensors and output devices, and ultimately with each other with sensory organ organoids, for example, retinal organoids, and are trained using biofeedback, big data warehousing, and machine learning methods. In parallel, we emphasize an embedded ethics approach to analyze the ethical aspects raised by OI research in an iterative, collaborative manner involving all relevant stakeholders. The many possible applications of this research urge the strategic development of OI as a scientific discipline. We anticipate OI-based biocomputing systems to allow faster decision-making, continuous learning during tasks, and greater energy and data efficiency. Furthermore, the development of intelligence in a dish could help elucidate the pathophysiology of devastating developmental and degenerative diseases, such as dementia, potentially aiding the identification of novel therapeutic approaches to address major global unmet needs. And here are the key points. Biological computing, or biocomputing, could be faster, more efficient, and more powerful than silicon-based computing and AI, and only require a fraction of the energy. Organoid intelligence, OI, describes an emerging multidisciplinary field working to develop biological computing using 3D cultures of human brain cells, brain organoids, and brain-machine interface technologies. OI requires scaling up current brain organoids into complex, durable 3D structures enriched with cells and genes associated with learning and connecting these to next-generation input and output devices and AI machine learning systems. OI requires new models, algorithms, and interface technologies to communicate with brain organoids, understand how they learn and compute, and process and store the massive amounts of data they will generate. OI research could also improve our understanding of brain development, learning, and memory, potentially helping to find treatments for neurological disorders such as dementia. Ensuring OI develops in an ethically and socially responsive manner requires an embedded ethics approach where interdisciplinary and representative teams of ethics, researchers, and members of the public identify, discuss, and analyze ethical issues and feed these back to inform future research and work. Now, let's go over here to Google and we're going to search. What is biocomputing? Biocomputing is an emerging interdisciplinary field that uses biological components such as DNA, proteins, and living neurons to perform computational tasks, including data storage, retrieval, and processing. Unlike traditional silicon-based computers, biocomputers leverage organic materials and molecular interactions to create, in some cases, more energy efficient and faster systems, often referred to as wetware. Now let's look at the images. Here you have the electrodes, analog to digital converter, the computer with deep reinforcement learning. Here we have digital to analog converter. Here is high performance biocomputing and synthetic biology. I know all of this is already so crazy, but wait, in the next episodes, it just keeps getting better.